Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic: how to observe other people's expressions, actions and language to understand their true psychological state. It sounds like mind reading, but it is actually a science. Whether it is business negotiations, workplace communication, or daily social interaction, mastering these skills can allow you to take the initiative in interpersonal interactions and even avoid some potential losses. Today we will start with a real case. 1. Microexpressions and body language, the key to seeing through lies. Remember the buyer Jack I mentioned earlier? He was almost deceived into a big pit worth 500,000 yuan in a negotiation. The story is this: Jack went to visit a factory in another place, and the other party's quotation was nearly 30% lower than that of other bidding manufacturers. This sounds like a good thing, but Jack found that the other party was unusually uneasy during the negotiation. His left hand was always making small movements, either pushing his glasses or wiping his nose. When he spoke, he always unconsciously squinted his eyes to the upper right and licked his lips frequently. Jack said, "Later I checked the relevant information and realized that these micro-expressions may mean that he was lying." Case analysis. Why can these movements expose the other party's lies? Body language. The other party keeps making small movements during the negotiation, such as wiping their nose and pushing their glasses, which is usually a sign of nervousness. When a person tries to hide their true emotions, their body will unconsciously show some defensive movements. Eye and head movements. Jack mentioned that the other party always squinted his eyes to the upper right. According to psychological research, when people recall true things, their eyes usually move to the upper left. When they make up lies, they tend to look to the upper right one. Such small details often reveal their mental state. Expressions and emotions. The other party's frequent licking of their lips is also a sign of nervousness. Research shows that when a person feels anxious or stressed, they may unconsciously use their tongue to wet their lips, which is usually an unconscious way of releasing emotions. 2. Micro-expressions. Instantly see through the other party's inner activities. Micro-expressions are almost everywhere in our daily lives. They may only last for less than a second, but they can reveal a person's true emotions and intentions. For example, when a person hears bad news, they may flash a hint of sadness or anxiety on their face. When you ask an important question, the other person's mouth may twitch unconsciously, which may be an attempt to hide their inner uneasiness. Classification and interpretation of micro-expressions. Smile. A smile is one of the most common expressions, but it also has different forms. Closed-lip smile. This smile usually appears when people feel satisfied or confident. However, it may also hide a stubborn attitude. Open-mouth smile. This smile is more natural and sincere, and usually appears between friends or family. Laugh. Some people use exaggerated laughter to cover up their true emotions. For example, in some workplace environments, people may use laughter to relieve tension, but in fact they may not be relaxed inside. Disguised expressions. Some people try to use smiles or other expressions to cover up their uneasiness when facing pressure. However, these disguised expressions are often not natural enough and can be easily seen through by experienced people. 3. Eye contact and facial movements. Interpreting the other person's psychological state. Eye contact and facial movements are one of the most direct tools for human communication. By observing them, we can not only judge the other person's emotions, but also predict their behavioral tendencies. Case analysis. How to use micro-expressions to win people's hearts in an interview. Suppose you are attending an important interview, and the examiner is sitting opposite you. Your goal is to impress him. At this time, you need to pay special attention to the following points. Eye contact. It is very important to maintain moderate eye contact during an interview. If you keep staring at the floor or ceiling, you may make the other party feel unconfident. If you stare at the other party directly, you may appear too eager. Facial expression. During an interview, your smile should be natural, not deliberate. An overly stiff expression will make the other party feel uncomfortable. In addition, keeping an open posture, such as not crossing your arms, can also make the examiner feel more friendly and trustworthy. Body language. During an interview, you can adjust your sitting posture appropriately. Lean forward slightly, but not too close to the other party. This posture can show your positive attitude without making the other party feel oppressive. 4. Logical thinking and cognitive process. How to avoid being misled by emotions. In daily life, we are often misled by some seemingly reasonable emotions or intuitions. For example, when shopping, we will make wrong judgments because of the price tag of the goods anchoring effect. This phenomenon exists not only in the economic field, but also affects our social decisions. Case analysis. How to avoid being swayed by emotions in negotiations. Suppose you are negotiating a price with a customer. The other party made a seemingly reasonable but slightly too high offer. At this time, you need to calmly analyze the following points. Anchoring effect. The other party may set a higher original price to make you feel that you have obtained a discount in the negotiation. For example, the other party may say, "Our product was originally priced at 500,000 yuan, but now it is only sold for 300,000 yuan. The purpose of this statement is to make you feel that you are getting a bargain. Rational analysis. When negotiating, you need to ignore the anchor point set by the other party and focus on the actual value and market conditions of the product. For example, you can ask yourself, what is the average price of this product in the market? Did the other party really give a reasonable discount? Emotional control. In negotiations, you may make some impulsive decisions due to stress or anxiety. At this time, you need to take a deep breath, calm down, and use logical thinking to analyze the problem. 5. Group psychology and social strategies. How to stand out from the crowd. The book The Crowd mentions that group behavior often has certain blind and emotional characteristics. Whether in the workplace, school, or on social media, we will inevitably be affected by group psychology. Case analysis. How to avoid being swayed by emotions in social occasions. Suppose you are attending an important party, and your goal is to meet some potential partners through this event. At this time, you need to pay special attention to the following points. Observe group dynamics. When entering a new environment, you can spend a few minutes observing everyone's behavior and emotional state. For example, if most people are discussing a topic enthusiastically, you can also try to join their conversation. Maintain independence. Although it is important to integrate into the group, you also need to maintain a certain degree of independence. If you find yourself being swayed by a certain herd mentality, you might as well stop and think calmly. Is this behavior really in line with your goals and values? Use micro-expressions to detect lies. When communicating with others, you can judge their true intentions by observing their facial expressions and body language. For example, if the other person suddenly shows an uneasy expression, such as flickering eyes and twitching mouth corners, when you ask a key question, then you need to be alert that they may be hiding some information. 6. Conclusion. How to apply psychological skills to real life. Through today's sharing, I hope everyone can master some practical psychological skills and apply them to their lives and work. Whether it is business negotiations, workplace communication, or daily social interaction, these skills can help you better understand the true psychological state of others and make more informed decisions. Remember, observing other people's expressions, movements, and language is not a sneaky thing. On the contrary, it is an effective way to improve your emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills. If you think today's content is helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get more interesting psychology knowledge.